Hello everybody, this is Peacecat 100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Turnabout Ablaze. In the previous episode, Ambassador Alba, well, he's shown his true colors. True metals, true face, true everything. And that arrogant look on his face has been there the entire time. He believes he has us beat. So, let's find out what his arrogance is all about. If you like what you see, leave a like down below. Comment if you have anything to say. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so that they can enjoy this for themselves. Let's get moving. Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. You're going to confess? And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Damascus II matter, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense. Claiming it was justified self-defense. Damascus II attacked me. I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one. Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we would need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. Oh, look at that arrogant, yeah, whatever. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But Damascus II didn't have a single weapon on his... Excuse me. But Damascus II didn't have a single weapon on his body. Get ready to see that pose a lot. Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over, please, because I hid the weapon. You hid it? I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears. It's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly out during our struggle. That's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense. Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? She has both the wound and the weapon that caused it. It's enough to declare it so. No way! Oh, which reminds me. I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on. Not so fast. Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you. So about how Damascus II was done in self-defense. My Charles, no man escapes his crime in life. Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten. And what is that? what you mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your country, in your courts. Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stats on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. Judgment of the people who have confessed to their crime. That's the court's job. Ugh! And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. Those rights are effective even on your own country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime might take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts. That arrogance and your expression, that's nothing like the face of someone who is ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eaten right out of your palm. These crimes you all speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabasta has numerous other embassies in countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game. These two layers of protection that extraterritorially provides him. This is why he was one of those who cannot be brought to court. You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. Ugh! Is there nothing we can do? Shit. Alright. Damn. March 15th, 2:11 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. I can't believe it, sir! Extraterritoriality! Yes, and there's nothing we can really do about that. In the end, we didn't have enough authority to bring him to justice. I can't believe that even though we know he's the boss, we can't lay a finger on him. I know. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sorry to skip out on you, but I've got some business to take care of. Oh, Agent Lang is not taking this well either. If we can't even give an evil guy like him a slap on the wrist, then what the heck were the laws created for? What good are they? The law can't help us. Then I'll go to Yatagarasu and take care of this myself. Don't you dare! Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. I was a bit too harsh. I know how you feel, sir. We're trying to take on an ambassador. And all, after all. And he did tell us earlier to get out of the theater. It's kind of the country, I guess. But I feel like I've been slapped across the face for just doing my job. I know what you mean. What am I going to do? should I retreat for now and formulate a better plan now of attack? Hold it! Come on everyone, we can't give up yet! Where did the joyous positivity come from? Okay. I want you to think about something for a sec. We've never let up for even a second, and as long as we don't stop investigating, we might find the rotten treasure hidden here. She's right! Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You're right, Kay. Very well. Let us reopen the investigation and see what we can find. Come on, Kay. Right behind you. Okay, then I'll go check out Babel a bit more, sir. I have some things that I need to investigate further in Alba. Now then, before I gather more information, I should do a bit of housekeeping. Okay, passion flower data erased from my organizer. Alright, passion flowers are no longer an issue. Ambassador Alba seems agitated over something. I wonder why. There are two special circumstances that surround the ambassador. First, the embassy itself has extraterritorial rights. If something happens on Alabastrian soil, we are unable to legally prosecute him. Cool! It sounds like embassies are a perfect place to steal whatever you want. And Murder Damask 2, run a smuggling operation, and make counterfeit bills. But I thought all the counterfeiting was done by Mr. Cochin in Babel. Yes, he apparently used the embassy's coupon printing press to do it. But it's the same story over there anyway. Babel also has extraterritorial rights, and Cochin is dead. Which brings me to my next point, the ambassadors to extraterritorial rights. Those rights are effective even in our own country. Really? No matter what happens, he can never be tried in our courts. Unfortunately, that's true. He retains some very special rights indeed. Basically, no matter what wrongs he may commit, we can't bring him to trial here. So I guess we really don't stand a chance, do we? We might stand a chance if we can somehow nullify either one of his special rights. Alright, so now we're investigating the lobby. Flowers were sent by a variety of people and businesses to celebrate the goodwill events. Even the Steel Samurai received some flowers from the ambassadors. There's so many bouquets here, it's like a wedding ceremony. I believe the flowers for those are for a slightly different reason. What do you mean? This event was supposed to be like a wedding between Alabast and Babel. Actually, I believe they're more in a state of divorce. Okay then. This event was supposed to be their remarriage ceremony? I suppose you could call it that. It's a painting. This was taken just before the two ambassadors gave their bouquets to the Steel Samurai. Wait, is it just my imagination? Or is there something in this picture that I've seen before? I won't rest appears to be a bouquet of Procinian clemens and roses. Wow, you even know what exactly species? I never would have figured you out for an expert on flowers. Ugh. It's all because of those flowers that old lady sends me every month. Just look at me, I sound like some sort of botanist. So, what exactly is this yellow flower here? That one, I'm not sure. What, you don't know? As far as I could recall, I've never seen a flower like this before. But I feel as though I've seen this shape somewhere before. The deuce! Yes! Stop it. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence that I hold? The shape, right? Yeah. Is it that? Eureka! No, it cannot. No, it cannot. We're getting to the end of the case, except not really. We're kind of in the middle of the end right now. That's how it was smuggled in. By the freaking flowers. Eureka! Babel's national symbol is the butterfly, and Alba is the flower. It would appear that someone is employing the old hide a tree in a forest trick. What are you mumbling to yourself about? Wait, what? The handle of this knife! Ah! Yes, it's the handle that was supposed to be on the blade that killed Mr. Cochin. The weapon that killed him was carried through the future in a chalice, and the very bouquet Ambassador Alba was carrying. The flower's motif. It looks like the one of the petals is missing. Oh, and take a look at the weapon itself. It's missing the exact same petal. The knife in this photo is most definitely the same as the motive weapon. Alright. Is that it? Yep, okay, that's it. Alright, so that's one or a couple of pieces of evidence. I swear to God, if we get the flower dialogue again, I'm gonna yell at somebody. These flowers were sent by Global Studios. Global Studios? That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They're producing hit after hit recently, so the studio is being remodeled. Oh, I read about that in the papers on the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What's its name? You mean Mrs. Monkey? Ha! Wow, that's going back to the first game. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory. Huh. Never underestimate my powers of recollection. What do we have in logic? Let's see. Agitated Alba, Cochin's counterfeiting operation, renovations. No. No, it can't be. Maybe? No. Nope. And they are fucking loud. I hope you enjoy some real-life drama with this game. No, not that either. I just want to make sure that none of these... Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. We know that the counterfeit bills were printed using the embassy's press. But the necessary materials, such as the Ablaze ink and paper, must have been hidden in a secure location. What do you think would have happened if the renovations had begun? Well, he probably had to find a better hiding place or get rid of it all. Right. So we can assume that the renovation was the cause of the plate and bill's disposal, and the reason Mr. Cochin was killed as the ringleader of the smuggling operation. Based on what we know, who do you think was... let's see. Let's go with the obvious here. The one person who had been erasing all evidence of the smuggling operation. From both embassies, the co-conspirator who is mopping up Ambassador Alba. Ambassador Alba had a very strong motive to kill Manny Cochin. And that is what he doesn't want us to investigate. Right? Bingo. The cause of Ambassador Alba's agitation, the rotten treasure we might find, and the motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Miss Yu said it herself that she didn't kill anyone tonight. If we were to take her words at face value, then the reason for the ambassador's nervousness can only be one thing. He didn't want us to discover the real circumstance under which Mr. Cochin was killed. Then you mean Ambassador Alba is the real killer? But I thought the two of them were friends. Maybe they were, but what if Mr. Cochin was the one who first betrayed their friendship? Oh, I get it. Was it Mr. Cochin pushing really hard for Mr. Polano to become ambassador after the reunification? Yes, and that was the real reason why he wanted to steal Alba's Prima Duck statue. So Mr. Cochin hired Damascus to go steal for him, but when Ambassador Alba found out what he was up to, he killed Mr. Cochin. It is definitely a possibility at this point. Those two really were thinking of no one but themselves. But the question now is, how did he do it? Ambassador Alba was in Alabast, but Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Babel. Right, and that is what we must solve next. Ah, we got everything we needed. I believe we now understand why Ambassador Alba was so nervous and agitated. Must have something to do with where Mr. Cochin was killed. A place where the Alabastian ambassador was likely to meet the Babylese Mr. Cochin. The place where Ambassador Alba happened to have committed the murder is Theatrum Neutralis, right? Makes sense. Take that! The only place that makes sense is here, at the Theatre Neutralis. What? Here? The Goodwill event was being held here today, correct? So the only place that the both of them would have been in is here. But if that's the case, then everything changes. If this theater isn't actually Alabastian land, so that wipes out one of those extraterritorial rights he has. It makes logical sense, in which case it is a reason for us to investigate further. So what should we check out? Let's see. I believe we should check the immigration records for both Alabastian and Babel post-haste. Babel's records should have easy to obtain, however the problem will be Alabast. I wonder if they would allow us to see their records despite the order to vacate. Objection? I knew it. I knew Francisca was going to come in. I'm already one step ahead of you, Miles Edgeworth. This is where we're going to end it off here for today. So, in the next episode of Miles Edgeworth's Turning Investigation Turnabout Ablaze, we are going to check out the records for both Alabast and Babel and pursue everything further. I will see you guys later.